the Addiction Workers Training Project by Scottish Drugs Forum picked up Best Practice Award and was commended in the Educational category at the inaugural Herald Society Awards in 2008. This groundbreaking initiative was the first in Scotland to develop a multi-agency approach to employability through education for former substance users, some of whom may have come from a troubled background and struggled to find fulfilling work due to lack of confidence and experience. Since 2004, almost 80% of students have moved into employment.
The idea for the project came from user involvement research with Scottish Drugs Forum, which identified that people who have a history of drug problems are interested in working in social care, but have a lot of barriers to that, including their lack of qualifications and skills, issues around self-esteem, and financial barriers to training. Everybody on the course has had a problem with drugs or alcohol or both in the past, and we ask that all people are at least 2 years free of drug use, which includes substitute prescribing or problems with alcohol use. And the other big thing that we look for is that people are really motivated to work in care.
My name's Paul Hipson. I'm a support worker at Garscoup House, which is a residential rehabilitation centre, and I'm a former addiction trainee worker with the Scottish Drugs Forum. I'd been in addiction for a number of years, and to walk into a work setting, I'd never been in full-time employment, and to work into a work setting where people who were working professionally and going into a college where there was a lot of young people, and it was quite overwhelming for somebody that stopped going to school when he was about 14, 15 and never really paid much attention in school.
The first year of the project in 2004, the model was untested, so the placement organisations that agreed to take on trainees in that year showed a real commitment and motivation to assisting people with change, because nobody really knew whether it was going to work, how it was going to work. We certainly didn't know that we were going to have the successes that we do now.
I've been trained in suicide awareness, learning how to counsel people, learning how to listen, and I've took all this into my job. And now being a bit down the line and working full-time employment, I realise the benefit of some of the training.
Students undertake 50 weeks of training, which includes classroom-based education at the City of Glasgow College and work placement with treatment agencies such as Turning Point Scotland, the Mungo Foundation, SAMH and Aberlour, with the aim of securing a qualification in social care. All of this is done while at the same time receiving a wage.
In the main, the feedback we get from employers is very positive. There's a feeling that the trainees provide something to the staff team. They give a different dynamic.
My life's took a dramatic change for I started the SDF. For going for somebody who was on benefits and didn't really know the meaning of responsibility, i.e. paying bills and budgeting, that kind of stuff, to then getting a wage, and now I always sort of had a house, but now I run a house, I pay rent, I pay council tax, and just even something as daft to somebody in the street as having a bank account. A lot of people in addiction haven't even got a bank account, even just to have like a bank card and be able to go to the hole in the wall and pull money out, and it was a big deal.
One of the reasons that we run the project, and one of the reasons that it's important to do this sort of work, is that when people are recovering from problems with drugs, with problems with alcohol, it's not always a quick process.
If you go there, put the work in, take what's on offer, take advantage of what they're learning you, then you'll do okay, man. You'll do all right.
For a lot of people who are trainees, they may be amongst few people who are working in some of their groups, be that friend groups or family groups, and it provides a real role modelling for, particularly for children, to see a parent that they've maybe never seen at work go out to work. It's a feeling of pride for people, and I think that is a massively sort of unique element of the project, but also it's what keeps it going and ensures the high success rates.
Never mind the money side of things, the self-esteem side of things was really, really great. You could sort of hold your head up when you were earning a wage, and it was a good time. It was a good time.